Chapter 2.1, exercise 1 through 12, page 182. We're looking at section 2.1 in the book, which has to do with polynomial functions, kind of an introduction. And we're looking at the odd number problems. Exercise 1 through 6, determine which are polynomial functions for those that are, state the degree and the leading coefficient for those that are not, explain why not. So we're going to have to review what a polynomial function is. A polynomial function is a function where you have a variable to a degree n, okay, and you have a leading coefficient in front, which we're going to call a sub n. So a sub n is our leading coefficient, and this number, leading coefficient, can be really any real number. And so it could actually be 0, could be 1. If it's 1, you're not going to see the number there. And this number n, this is a non-negative integer. So I guess you can call them not a counting number, a whole number, right? Non-negative integer. And so in this case here, in number 1, you say this is to the negative 5th power. So this one is not polynomial. I'm going to abbreviate polynomial function. And why is that? The read says, for those who are not explaining what, the power is not a non-negative integer. In fact, power is negative. And so, not polynomial function, the power is negative. That's problem number 1. Problem number 3, we have this one here, f of x equals 2x squared minus 1/5 x plus 9. Here we have the power is 5. This qualifies as a non-negative integer. So we say yes, this is a polynomial function, and the degree is the power. So the degree is of the highest power term, degree of highest power term equals 5, or that's actually the degree of the function. So we say the degree, I'm just going to put degree equals 5, 5th degree, and leading coefficient, which I abbreviate as capital LC, is of that highest power term is 2. So that would be our answer to problem 3. Okay, next, problem 5. Okay, in this case, we have, it's kind of complex here. We could take the cube root of this. But in this case, you do not have a non-negative integer, right? Because you're going to have to the 3rd power of the highest one, which is going to be 8x to the 6th. But you can't undo this whole thing, right? So we would say no, not to power of non-negative integer. All right, next odd number problem, which is going to be 7. And we're shifting gears. In problems 7 through 12, we're going to be writing an equation for linear function f satisfying the given conditions graph y equals f of x. Well, what we have is, I'm going to make what I call a 3-column process chart to first determine the slope. And so we're going to put x here, and we're going to put f of x. So x, in this case, x is -5, and f of x is f of -5 equals -1. And down here we have f of 2 equals 4. And so we can determine our slope using the slope formula, which is m equals y2 minus y1, the change in y, over x2 minus x, or x1, which is change in x. So to find out what they are, our change in y is going to be 4 minus -1, which is 5. Our change in x is going to be 2 minus -5, which is 7. So our m is going to be equals 5/7. And so to find out what our slope-intercept form is, which is the form y equals mx plus b, we go ahead and take this -5 times m. I'm going to write this in the correct order is what I'll do. I'm going to put the slope first, which is 5/7, and then times -5 plus b, right, mx plus b equals -1. So we're really trying to solve an equation here. I'm going to do this solution down here. So 5 times -5, so we get -25/7 plus b equals -1. And -1 we can write in sevenths to solve this because we have a fraction to divide by 7. So I'm going to rewrite this -1 as -7/7. And then if we add 25/7 to both sides of this equation, plus 25/7, we have cancellation here. So b is equal to -7 plus 25. -7 plus 25 is 18. So we have 18/7. So our equation is going to be y, or we'll say f of x, right? F of x equals 5/7 x plus 18/7. And we're going to check using the second point here below, and if everything works out, let's see, we have our slope 5/7 times 2 plus 18/7. Should it equal 4? And I'm going to put a question mark because we haven't determined that yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and erase. I'm not going to erase. I'm going to leave this work here. I'm just going to work this in red. We're going to have 5 times 2, so we have 10/7 plus 18/7 should equal 4, question mark. Well, 10 plus 18 is 28. So 28 sevenths equals 4. And what's 28 divided by 7? 4. So 4 does equal 4. So we've checked our equation. So this equation right here, which I'm going to write a little more neatly, okay, f of x, that is our equation. We're going to do one further check, which is actually going to plot the points here. Well, actually, we'll just graph the function. 18 over 7, let's see, 18 divided by 7, that's going to be 2, right? 14 over 7 is 2. So we're going to get 2 and 4/7. So here's our y-intercept about right here. Make it red. And we have a rise over run of 5 over 7. So we go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to be looking at this here, and I could do a little bit better if I had a, let me get my line tool out here. Let's see. Tools, line. Okay. And we're just going to adjust it if needed. So we have it here. Okay, that's our line. So we move it. It's going to be about right. See if these points match up. We should have -5, comma -1. So we go -5, -1, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. So that's pretty close. And then we have 2, 4. So 2, 4. That's exactly right. So -5, -1. That's a check. And we have 4, 2. Check. So this is checked a couple different ways, our correct answer. Let's go on to problem 9. We're going to use our same strategy here. Use our 3-column process chart. We have x, and we have f of x, which is -4, 6, and then -1, -1, 2. And so we're going to find our slope here. We're going to take 2 minus 6, which is -4. On the left side, we got -1 minus -4. -1 is going to be the same as -1 plus 4, so that's going to be 3. So m is going to be equal to -4/3. So we're going to say -4/3. Remember this, y equals mx plus b. So -4/3 times -4 plus b, which we do not know yet, equals 6. And just kind of working below here, we have -4 times -4, 16. So 16/3 plus b is equal to 6. Okay, and then we can ask ourselves, how many thirds do we have in 6? Well, that's going to be 6 times 3, so we have 18 thirds. So if we subtract 16 thirds from both sides of this equation, minus 16 thirds, we have cancellation, so b is equal to, it's not too clear here, it's going to be minus 16 thirds. 16, that's a little clearer. 8 minus 16 is 2, so b is 2 thirds. So provisionally, we're going to say f of x equals -4/3 x plus 2/3. And now we're going to use this second point to check. So we have negative 4/3 times negative 1 plus 2/3 should equal 2. And negative 4 times negative 1 is going to be 4/3 plus 2/3 equals 2. And 4 plus 2 is 6. So 6/3 equals 2, which equals 2 on the right side. So that checks. And so we can go ahead and plot this by going to our y-intercept of this function 2/3. And then our rise over run, our rise is negative 4, negative 1, 2, 3, negative 4. And our run is 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have this type of arrangement here. We'll get our tools, line, select line, here's our line, and we're going to go like this. That's pretty close. Go ahead and, yeah, it's just about right. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. Do it right in the first place. And check the points. We should have negative 4, 6. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it's just on the edge there. That looks right. Negative 4, 6. That checks. And then we should have, let's see, negative 1, 2. Negative 1, 2. That looks good too. Negative 1, 2. Check. Okay, so it works out just fine. So this is our equation. F of x equals negative 4/3 x plus 2/3. Next, odd number problem 11. We have f of 0 equals 3 and f of 3 equals 0. So we go to our 3-column process chart again. Something tells me this one's going to be a quicker one. Okay, we have x, we have f of x. Okay, f of 0 equals 3, and f of 3 equals 0. We have 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and 3 minus 0 is 3. So m, our slope, is negative 3 over negative 3 over 3, excuse me, I put negative 3. Negative 3 over 3, which equals negative 1. So we're going to use this here. We'll say negative 1 times 0 plus 3 should equal 3. Plus b, excuse me. I'm already kind of working ahead. Plus b is equal to 3. So therefore, b0 plus b equals 3. So therefore, b does equal 3. So our function is going to be, should be f of x equals negative 1x plus 3. And we check our second point down here. So we have our slope, negative 1 times 3 plus b is equal to 0. Well, negative 1 times 3, that's going to be negative 3 plus 3, which is b, equals 0. And so negative 3 plus 3 is 0, equals 0. Check. So we've checked it. So this is going to be our correct answer. We just go ahead and graph the points to be sure. Let's see, what is it, negative 1. So we go to our y-intercept of 3 and rise over run, negative 1, down 1, 1 to the right. So we're going to have this kind of looking line here. I'm just going to do it freehand. All right. And we should see that we have the points that we use. We have 0, 3, and down here 3, 0. So we check. So f of x equals negative x plus 3. That is our function. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Good luck on the even number problems, and I thank you for viewing.